People, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everybody's good and had a good weekend. Before we get into it, it's still going to be Euros today. What are we saying? Gino, you good?
Yeah, man, good man. I was gonna play this car, no, but I'm not that far ahead yet, man. You can't do that after a poor team like that. But yeah, man, all good, ready to get stuck into this one. I think Jeff needs to place another bet to get that 50 quid back, in my opinion.
You reckon?
Yeah. We'll get on to that. What are you saying, Rash?
Alhamdulillah, I think it's all good, bro. Happy to be here as usual, you know what I'm saying? Hope the guys are all right.
Yeah, man, all good over here. And Jeff, what are you saying, man?
All good, man. Just ready to talk football. I'm ready for the Spain-Sweden game.
Yeah. No, hopefully that should be a good game. Sometimes it's the low-key games that you don't expect to be that good. That are good, just like the Netherlands game yesterday was quality, actually.
Sick game.
That was a quality game. We'll touch on that. But I think, obviously, before we get onto the England game, I think, just very quickly, just touching on, obviously, Eriksen. We all saw the madness that happened to him on Saturday. Suffered a cardiac arrest. Thankfully, he's in a stable condition. He's doing better at the moment. Obviously, he said he's doing better, but he wants to know. He wants to find out some answers into what happened, because obviously he's done all the medical tests, everything. He's been cleared throughout. So yeah, understandably, he wants to know what happened. So, but it's just a good thing that he's still alive. Who was watching the match live when it happened?
Yeah, I was still.
Yeah, I watched it still.
I was.
Yeah.
It was a mad one, because when you see that kind of reaction from players and everything, and you see people dropping in tears, you see people reacting differently, it just shows you, bruv, like, life's too short, bruv. Like, when I see an athlete like that collapsing, and regardless whether you're playing week in, week out, you're training week in, week out with your team, and he's proper fit, we've seen him do the business, he runs non-stop, and to see that happen, it just goes to show anything can happen. So yeah, we just need to be grateful for what we got at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, well said. And I think, to be honest, there's not really much else to add on the situation. It's just a case of continuing to monitor it and hopefully he does all right. I think it was a bit mad that they forced Denmark to play that evening, isn't it? Denmark were forced to play that evening against Finland, isn't it?
I don't know if it was forced. I don't know if they said it was forced, because I didn't read about it, whether they were forced or not, but I do know that both camps was in agreement that it was okay to go ahead. Okay. So I think once they found out that Eriksen was okay, stable, then it was kind of like a green light business. But whether they were forced or not, I'm not too sure unless you heard something.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's just, I thought it was a bit weird that 2 hours later they played, especially since they lost as well. That was a big game for Denmark in the grand scheme of things. You'll be looking at Finland thinking that's the game you want to win, and to lose that, that's a bit sticky for them now still. But yeah, I'm sure they'll play better in the next game. But yeah, still. But anyway, let's touch on England. Obviously, 1-0 victory against Croatia yesterday at Wembley. Not the best game in the world, but a win is a win, as they say. So let me come to you first, Jeff. Like, what did you make of the game?
Boring as hell, for one. Game was terrible. People I was with, everyone's England fans. That's cool. I was just watching it. I just want to see a good game of football. Like, even though I'm not the biggest fan of England, like, I'd like to see some good football. I didn't really see that, but like you said, the job was done, so it don't really matter about my opinion. You got 3 points, so closer to the next round, to be honest. No, I wouldn't say any rules like standout performances. Southgate kind of looks like a mastermind, because Sterling was questionably shouldn't have played and then scored. So I'm sure a lot of England fans are probably very happy about that. But yeah, in general, there's not really much to say about it. The game wise, for me, it was just very lackluster.
Yeah, it was a lackluster game. Obviously, it was very hot yesterday, as we all know, being in London, so that might have played an impact. But yeah, I mean, I thought if England were more on the front foot, they could have actually won more, to be honest. I think Croatia were really there for the taking, but Southgate probably didn't want to take the risk. But yeah, I guess Rash, coming to you. Like, yeah, I mean, what are your main outtakes from the game?
Well, to be honest, I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch. Jalil, don't shoot me. Yeah, yeah. I watched like about the final 12 minutes. Okay, and that's including injury time. Yeah, that's
Including injury time.
So you started watching 80th minute.
80th minute, yeah.
Or 84th or something like that. It was crazy. But I chose money over my hobbies, okay, and I was working, okay, and that was that.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to come home and I said, you know what, should I watch the game first? And then I thought, England don't score bare goals and they don't have entertaining games, so it's probably going to finish up 1-0. By the time I get home, I might be able to catch the goal because they usually score late. Yeah, didn't catch the goal, but it was as I predicted. Well, so I watched the highlights. Okay, and with the highlights, you don't get to see the lowlights. I don't know who had a crap game. I don't know about their mistakes or anything like that. But from what I saw, it seemed like it was high energy. It seemed like Phillips had a really good game from what I saw. Played some great balls in and had some good runs as well. He also got the assist for Sterling too. I think he had a wicked shot as well off the volley as well. That trouble.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
He played up to his ability that I think we all think he has. Do you know what I mean? He's had a great season, and I think he's earned his place in the England squad. Southgate's choice for team choice. Squad, I was looking at and I was thinking, maybe he knows something we don't know. Because I don't think any of us would have chosen. None of us chose that starting lineup at all when we got our starting lineup. He put the wrestler in the centre back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Someone who we was all trying to avoid. And from what I saw as well, Mings, he had an okay game. His positioning was okay. His aerial challenging was good, and his tackling and one-on-ones was really good as well. I think he played, from what I saw from the highlights, he may have been the best defender in the back line. Trippier as well, I heard had an okay game, which I was surprised as well because we've all been like, meow, when it comes to Trippier too. And again, as you were saying, Raheem starting, none of us picked Raheem to start as we don't think his season has kind of warranted that. But big Raheem Sterling fan, I'm happy that he did start. I'm happy that he did score. From what I saw of him, he was energetic. He put himself about. Lost the ball a few times, misplaced passes, and maybe a few extra steps in his runs that he didn't need. Could have played the ball off a couple times. A few missed chances as well. Maybe one he could have laid off to Kane rather than take the shot. It went well over the bar. But other than that, it's a good start for England. They've never ever won the first game in this competition. So it's good that they got off the mark to win, and it gives them a good advantage going into the next game.
Yeah. Well said. Big up KD saying Jeff got Shazam for a pinky, but it's minor.
It says Shazammed.
Hey, obviously, smash the likes, people, as you come in and subscribe if you're new. And KD saying Kyle Walker was shaky. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Kyle Walker was not good yesterday. I felt like he kicked the ball out of play like twice, just under no pressure. So yeah. But anyway. So yeah, man. Mister is coming home. How you feeling, man? Obviously, first day win for England, as Rash said. First time winning the first game in the Euros. What do you think? Is it confirmed now? It's coming home.
Nah, when I'm singing the song, all I'm singing it's. I'm just singing it's. I'm not on to the next part yet. So, but yeah, no, I think the boys said a lot, in regards to it. But I mean, I'll just touch on the defenders in that because with like obviously I saw Kyle Walker was shaky. It was a bit too shaky for me. But I'll tell you this: he made up for it in defending. So his defensive work, I mean, there wasn't that much to do, but he made up for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
When it comes also, I feel like there's some a bit of feedback or something, I don't know, but when it comes to Mings and Stones and everything, I think they're also shaky as well. There was a lot of long balls that was spread it out, and then it went straight to a Croatia player. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't that much pressure. As we said, this is not the same Croatia that we played, you know, the semi-finals, or was it the semi-finals or quarter-finals? Semi-finals. Semis. It's not the same one we played in the semi-finals. Do you know what I mean? So I was expecting 3-0 and everything, and the pressure that was expected, it was unnecessary pressure. Mings had a good game defensively, as Rash said. He won all these aerial duels and that, a few blocks and that. But do you still want to see him there? Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Yeah. I mean, he done all right against a team like this. I'd play him against Scotland. I won't play him like when we start, progression. If we progress, I would play him. I wouldn't play him. But there's one other player as well that obviously I was getting at, because I didn't really understand why he should be playing, and that's Phillips. I don't know. I mean, I put it into a few chats, and I was saying to the guys, like, I don't really rate Phillips. I don't see enough of it. I think Jeff had a rebuttal from him. Jeff came back at me and said, this is a couple of weeks ago. Wait till you see him. He's actually quite decent. I was like, ain't seen much of him in Leeds. You can look around in Leeds because of how they play and everything. Do you know what I mean? But I have to say, I have to put my hands up and everything and give it to him. But I can't say what everyone's saying. The short Yorkshire Perlo and that. I can't say that, but I can say that he played a half decent game. Do you get what I'm saying? Do I want to see him again? Yes. After that, yes, I do want to see him again. He was very active in that midfield. I didn't even see Declan Rice. I'll be honest. Declan Rice was just there. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's the kind of stuff you want to see. That's the kind of stuff you want to see. You want people to not be involved with you. You want to see a workhorse, and we got out of him. So yeah, very happy with the performance we got yesterday. Clean sheet. I'm always happy to see a clean sheet. So I've got to big up the boys for that. 100%. It's not easy to keep a clean sheet, as we've seen. Yeah, nothing more to say about that, man. Come on. That's what I'm gonna say for now. Every week we do a show. You might get the next one. It's coming home is the slogan, but I'm gonna say it's for now.
Yeah, no worries. And I think, yeah, man. Obviously, big up the Relentless Sports Hub. Hope you guys are well. Saying, yo, what's up, RBT? Hope you guys are well. Thoughts on Calvin Phillips yesterday. I think, as Jalil touched on, I think a lot of people probably had doubts about Calvin Phillips starting, especially in the more advanced role that he started. And usually at Leeds he plays more deep, kind of where Declan Rice was playing yesterday. But yesterday was kind of box to box. But he did his job very well. Like you said, he got a great assist. Beautiful how he got past the man and then perfect way of passing to Sterling. So yeah, credit where credit is due. I think now he's got to stay in the team for the time being. When you earn your spot and you play well, you keep your place. That's how it works. So if I'm England, I'm not putting Henderson in. There's no reason to bring him back in, but Southgate might be tempted to do so. You never know. You might change it up for the Scotland game. It's really hard to call. Obviously, KD saying, can't lie, the team might be unchanged for Scotland with Grealish warming the bench respectfully. Yeah, I mean, that Grealish thing is going to become a talking point, I think. The tournament's only just started, so yeah, I think eventually Grealish will have to find a way in the team. Because no offense, I mean, I'm not sure how Foden has managed to start ahead of Grealish. I don't know where that happened, because I thought Grealish was starting to play well for England in his last few games, and Foden was kind of coming off the bench. But Foden's the golden boy, so it doesn't surprise me. And he was all right yesterday, to be fair. He was all right still. But we're going to get on to player ratings now.
He hit the post, didn't he?
He did.
Through Raheem.
He did. Big up Falak. What's good, gentlemen? It's your 5-minute like support girl here. Big up to John, Jeff, Rash, and Kevin Mbappe. Oh, Kevin Mbappe, yeah, that's a reference to Jalil on Friday when he tried sneaking two Mbappes.
That was a good one. I'm here sitting like, sorry, what? I big up Falak, man, every time. That got me. Do you know what it is? I watched that clip at least 20 times, and I showed it to my family. And all I got slapped me at my head in that. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? What are you thinking? But I said Mbappe first, and then I said Mbappe. I was like, oh shit, I done myself, yo.
Yeah, you actually had a. Go on.
No, go on, because you was gonna say following on what Jalil said.
Go on, Rash.
All right, so I was gonna say.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah.
It's hella delayed, by the way.
Is it delayed?
Yeah.
Go on,
Get the hell out of here. We won this joint. Yeah. Before John comes back, I was gonna say, look, we've been questioning Southgate a lot. Do you know what I mean? Since he's kind of been appointed as manager of the England squad, is it time to start thinking maybe he knows his players and knows what he's doing on a game-to-game basis, and we should give him a little bit more credit than what we are currently?
I would. So you go, Gino. You go.
I'll tell you this. I'll say this. I'll keep it nice and short as well. Southgate will get more respect after we play a team like Germany and we beat them somehow. After we play a team, we're Croatia that's washed up. You beat us, yes. Did you see them? Yes. I mean, what's the highlights? There were no highlights of them, right? Yeah. There you go. There was no highlights of them, and there were no highlights for a reason. It's not the same Croatia, whereas we've got better and they've just got poorer. So you can't really it's like even if we beat Scotland next week and we beat Czech Republic or whatever, I'm not sure if we're gonna. I'm not sure if we're gonna get. He's gonna get the ratings, but I rate him just because I see what he's doing. But I'm talking about from other people's perspectives and everything. I don't think so, brother.
And Jeff,
I can't give him any credit yet. Like he ain't earned anything. Like you walked to a semi-final with the easiest run of your life. You got a decent squad, so you don't really know what you're about yet as a manager. We've seen you once as a manager of Middlesbrough. I wasn't that impressed, and I'm still not that impressed. Like until we see something of real substance, I can't report on him. I can say that I don't think he's the best of managers, but we'll see how the tournament goes. Like England have a long way to go. They have a decent squad going forward. Defensively suspect, but we'll see what calls he makes in big games. Like yesterday was that game was like watching paint dry. That was boring. But they got the job done. So I can't say anything about that game. But yeah, well, as the tournament progresses, then I can start to have a real opinion on him. I can say what I think now, but it doesn't really have any real bearing on anything yet. Like he just walked to a semi-final before, that's all.
So from the last tournament to now, still not impressed. You still need to see a little bit more from him.
Yeah, because there's no tactical prowess or anything like that. It's literally just, to me, it just looks like, you know what? Or he had like a thing where he said you play off merit. I think that's out of the window because Shaw should play left back. Your left back should play in his position. Like even though it worked, there was numerous times the ball went out to Trippier and he cut back on his right foot and the chance is gone. So it didn't really make any sense to me. Sterling, if you're going off, my Arsenal Wi-Fi moving mad. But Sterling, don't get me wrong, Sterling is one of England's better players for sure. Sterling is a quality player. Based off this season, he's looked a bit jaded. I said it a few times, and a few of the top players did. If you go off merit, does he start? No. Grealish should start, or Rashford should start. Like someone other than Sterling should start. But that's who you picked. It worked, so nothing can be said. And England had a few more like good chances to put the result beyond doubt, which they didn't take. But yeah, I still don't know about Southgate. Well, I do know, but I can't say it.
Yeah, I think my hopes are that he recognizes the type of teams that he can build out in the easier games and the type of team that he needs to build out in the stronger games, the harder games, the more difficult ones. And my hopes is that he's saying, make sure these guys are protected, don't get injured for these harder games that we are about to face. And I'm going to field these other ones to give them the opportunity to possibly start or be one of the first lineups on the bench for the harder games. You know, that's what I'm hoping. Whether that's not too sure.
Let's see. Go on, Gino.
Yeah, no. So I was going to get a few comments out of the way while John's gone. This one's quite funny. This one got me. Gino just not letting John in because he wants to be the main host. But like, I have you know, he's the main man. So in your bench,
That was nicely done. I like that.
That was a bad question still.
He was about to say some footage, and then Johnson like duty.
also big up Dermot from the near pod. Coming home, Jalil. Good start for you boys. Well, I just think, do you know what I think, Dermot? I know you're saying, I know you're trying to get onto me saying it's coming home question mark, but as you've seen, I said it's. I'm not gonna go all the way to it's coming home yet because I'm a bit
semantics.
Yeah, because like, as Jeff just said, yeah, in regards to everything, I can't really give him ratings at the moment just because of who we played at the moment. And yes, I think we're gonna beat Scotland, and yes, I feel like we're gonna be. I think it's Czech Republic we got as well, coming up in a week. Yes, I feel like we're gonna beat them, but until we play, as I said, if we play a Germany once we get through to the next round, or like a Portugal, France, whoever, and we beat them, then the ratings start to come, because then that's what you expect. But at the moment, I can't really say too much. I'm not going to say it's coming on, man. I'm not going to do it right now, man.
You know what? There's one other thing here that even though it worked out, like Phillips playing in the advanced role worked, you see how deep Kane was dropping. Kane was centre mid for most of that second half until he went off. And if you're playing against better opposition, you're going to need to find a way to link midfield and attack. I know Phillips done it on one occasion. That pass was great. That run was excellent from Sterling. But Kane is not playing at Spurs. Like, there's not a system set up where you can drop in and you got Son in behind. Like, there should be an attacking mid there who is dictating play to some regard in some games. Like, a game like that, there should have been an attacking mid. Why is it British play?
Do you feel like Kane was dropping because it's kind of like old habits from what Jose told him to do, or do you feel like I'm not really getting the ball? Let me make something happen.
I feel like it was kind of like.
On top of that, Jeff, do you think Kane is on a physical decline?
I wouldn't say physical decline yet, but I do think when he hits like 31, he's going to have to use his nous, because he's had a lot of injury problems in like his 5-6 years. Like his ankles, both ankles are in trouble. Yeah. Like for 28-year-olds, like there may even be hesitancy on the hip people signing him for the amount of money that Spurs want because of his ankles. So I wouldn't say he's on a physical decline yet, but I think in a few years' time we could see it, like his game might change. I think he's a great player. I think he can change his game. Like, he's more than capable. Like, he's top player. But yeah, I'd say not just yet. I'd say, and to Jalil, I'd say like what it looked like. Of course, I don't know. I'm not Southgate. Is Kane was trying to drop in, and then they were kind of trying to use Sterling as almost like Son. Sterling was running into those areas which Son would run into. And don't get me wrong, it worked once, but it's not going to work in the same way. The system is not the same. So I do think in certain games, especially, I want to see it against Scotland, if he's going to be fearless or if he's going to do the same thing again. Are you going to play someone like a Grealish or Foden, or maybe Mount more attacking? I don't know. Someone who's got a bit of creativity about them. Or are you going to stick with this formula because it worked in one game, even though it's lackluster? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Kane was probably England's worst player yesterday, to be fair.
Had a bad game.
He had a bad game. And I think what Rash said is actually a good observation. I think that thing he was doing yesterday, it doesn't work for England. It worked for Tottenham this year, but he's not. He needs to focus on just trying to score goals. That's his main attribute. That's what he's best at. All this dropping deep nonsense. It's I just don't see that working for him for England. So, but that's up for Southgate to sort out, to be honest.
I'd agree.
But yeah, KD saying Kane was trash yesterday. He missed an absolute. That was funny as well. The fact that the replay showed it was him missing, and the guys in the commentary were still saying it should have been a corner. Demo saying Kane has never relied on his pace. To be fair, his movement just mad clever. That's true as well. But
good point.
I do think his absolute physical prime is gone. It might be a subtle 5% that he's lost, but it's still 5%. So yeah, I think but
just to add on that, John.
Yeah.
We would normally see Kane if you could hit the ball up to him, and the boy's strong enough to hold it up enough to either somehow outmuscle the player to bring the ball forward a little bit more, or to hold it up, do a weird turn and get the foul. Yesterday, from the highlights, from what I saw, he seemed to just be running around in circles and not really getting the ball. He wasn't really putting himself about. When he did get the ball, he didn't seem very confident on it as well. And he just didn't seem to have that toughness that he usually possesses. That's why I actually asked the question. It's a conversation that I've been having in other groups with a lot of the guys that I know. And it's just something that I thought I'd bring over here just to see what the opinions of you guys were as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great observation. I don't think it'll be one that will be touched on much, but yeah, because I think low key Harry Kane for England hasn't been great in tournaments. Obviously, he finished Golden Boot in 2018, but we all know that Golden Boot is a bit. It's got a bit of an asterisk on it. Let's just say that
big one.
You know, three goals against Panama and 2 against Tunisia in the group stages. Yeah. I think, so we need to see more from Kane still. But you know what, let's do some quick player ratings. Obviously, people smashed the likes. Demo saying, I'd see it as a positive if England win, and Kane as a stinker. Was disappointed in Croatia, they offered nothing. Yeah, Croatia offered absolutely nothing. Like, nothing. Like, nothing. Like, they looked like they were happy to lose 1-0. It was weird. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, let's do quick player ratings. Obviously, Rash, do chip in as much as you can, or you completely out.
To be fair, it wouldn't be fair if I was to do the player rating.
You know what? In that case, you get asked to do it then. You get asked to do it.
Again, it wouldn't be fair because.
Boy, you don't know the team.
Look, man, I don't want the English guys to say, "Wow, Rash is just doing England bad." You get me? Like, I didn't even look at the starting lineup. I just saw it. I saw some of the members of the team, and I was like, I wouldn't have picked those. And I kind of just left it there and got my head stuck into work. Like, so yeah, respectfully, leave me out of this one.
All right, no worries. So me, Jalil, and Jeff will do it quick. All right, I'll start off then. Who's in goal? Pickford. I mean, yeah, I'll just give him a 6. The less I see of him, the better. So 6.
Big facts.
Who played right back? Yeah, Jalil Walker.
Yeah. So going back to what I said initially, like proper shaky, bro. Proper shaky going forward. It wasn't the same Walker we saw for City. I have to mark him down. Then again, I have to mark him up just for a few things he's done. So he can hold a standard. I was going to say 5, but I'll give him a 6 because he kept a clean sheet.
Yeah. Okay, 6 for Walker. Jeff, Stones.
She sounds safe, but I can't say anything other than a 6. Like, he wasn't bad, he wasn't good. I do think, like, a few times at the back, or we'll kind of get onto it, but yeah, a few times at the back, that partnership, you could see that there is room for exposure. Yeah. But yeah, I'll say that 6 for Stones.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Tyrone Wrestler a 6 as well. He could have got a 7, but
Intercontinental champion.
Give him a 6.
Intercontinental champion. I tell you now, if this blows up, it all came from us. We are the first people to call him a wrestler. I'm saying it here now. Man's an intercontinental champion.
Every time I think of Mings, I just think of the video. He attacked the guy unprovoked. In a friendly.
Oh, man.
Why you like it?
I'm telling you, he needs a theme tune. I'm telling you, every time we mention his name, I need to play a theme tune, a walkout tune.
Kev, the Stone Cold glass breaking.
Stone Cold glass breaking. Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. That's a mad thing still.
Oh shit, that's funny, man. Oh, man.
But yeah, who played left back?
Trippier, right?
Yeah, Trippier.
Yeah, Trippier played left back.
Ooh.
Where you go? We got John.
I'll give him a 6. Yeah, 6. 6.
Yeah.
6. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't disagree.
What about Declan Rice, though?
Oh man, I didn't see too much from him, bro. Like, not even bad or good. He was just there. So it'll be disrespectful to give him a 5, which is what I normally would give him. But if the team are getting 6 is all bad, do you know what I mean? Might as well let him hold one as well.
Okay.
Jeff doesn't agree though. Let Jeff go, man. He doesn't agree.
No, I think maybe a 5, just because for holding mid and for like he's had a good season, very very good season, but he wasn't really imposing yesterday. I didn't like you said, I didn't really see much of him, and that's not what his position requires. I meant to see a lot of you because that's what you're meant to do. You're at the base of that midfield. You haven't meant to be breaking up attacks or starting them. So I even think a 6 is too high.
No, I can't disagree with Jeff. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, man. I think I'm gonna go to a 5 as well, just because that statement, man. You're meant to start attacks. You're meant to take the ball from defense and distribute it. I didn't even see him doing that, bro. So yeah,
and he's good enough to do it.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Okay. So, Calvin Phillips, Rash. No, sorry, Jeff.
I'm gonna go with an 8 for Calvin Phillips. Probably the best player on the pitch, or not probably. He was. Good energy, good distribution when he got on the ball. Not afraid to shoot. Good aspect. I'm sure a lot of clubs are gonna look. If he has a good tournament, clubs are gonna knock. I'm surprised they haven't already, but big teams will look at him.
Yeah. Okay. 8. I'll do Kane. I'll just give him a generous 4. Generous 4.
I mean, your job is to score, right? Your job is to create and do the business. And unfortunately, Kane didn't do that. It's like asking the defender to defend and letting him free goals. So you give him a 4. I'm not upset with that, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of a jaded performance, man. It seemed like.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know your boy Foden?
Foden's going to have to hold a 5 for reasons of... I mean, he came close. It was nice. He came close quite a bit. He almost scored in the first couple of minutes, which was nice to see. Very active. He wasn't afraid to receive the ball in dangerous areas, which is what you love to see. However, I shouldn't be doing this, but I hold him to a high standard, unfortunately, as I did Saka for Arsenal, but we won't go there. But for Foden, the kind of player he is, I know he's very young, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I do hold him to a very high standard. I do expect a lot from him. I didn't get it yesterday. Not his fault. I'm pretty sure we're going to see it in the tournament. For that reason, I'm going to give him a 5, a standard 5.
Yeah, I think a 5 is fair. And then Jeff, Sterling.
I'd probably go with a 7, 6 or 7. Like Sterling. The good thing about Sterling is even when he's not having a good game, his movement is some of the best in the world for me. He's great at coming in off that left, and that's what he offered a lot yesterday. And yeah, that run for the goal was a great run. And happy for him, man. Yeah,
Sterling gets a lot of stick. Feels like every tournament that comes up for England, he's getting stick for some reason.
You know what it is. You know what the media's like with black players.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, do you not see what they did to Calvin Phillips?
I saw what they did to Calvin Phillips.
Wait, are you talking about the article?
They had to, though. Of course they had to. It's what they do.
Should we read the headline?
Tell me.
Was that being in jail? Was that being in jail? Yeah, man.
This is the Daily Fail. But should we read it or shouldn't we?
Nah,
I don't think give them any airplay. But just let's just let the world know. All right, Daily Mail, we're on to you, bro. We know what you're about.
Daily Mail, you've been the Daily Mail.
You can't call them that by daily whatever. You got to call them Daily Mail because they seem to do it quite a lot.
Yeah, I just called them by their name so they know I'm talking to them.
Man said in a day they had to go and put that as the headline. Why is that relevant?
Bro, it made no sense. Like they got sent in my group, Bradley. I just looked here. You just.
But it's not even just that. It's not even just that. They trashed his mum as well. And look, we know about England's history with the Irish and the Caribbean people and how they treated Irish and Caribbean people when they came to this country. They trashed his mum in the headline, and they trashed his father in the headline as well. Like, we know what you're doing. It's a disrespectful thing. They need to really fix up.
They killed him in like 40 words.
40 words. Well, it's what they do. It's what they do. Yeah. But hey, if you know, you know. If you don't, then get to know. Big up the Near Post podcast. Go subscribe to them people saying Pickford irritates me. He's too cocky for his good. Yeah, 100%. 100%. One day,
let's get to the point. No, let's get to the point, John. The reason why you don't like him is because Van Dijk is not playing for Netherlands right now.
That tackle don't get talked about at all.
No, it doesn't, bro. Just swept under the carpet, bro. Man almost ended the guy's career.
One thing I like about Pickford is the arrogance, though, because for you to not be good and still be arrogant, you're a different kind of human being. Like, you know you're not good, and you still have the audacity to walk around like you're the guy.
Well, he becomes like a five-a-side team player. You know that five-a-side team player thinks he's the bollocks, but he's pants.
He gets on the ball, bare goals are going in.
Hey. KD saying Morata over Gerard Moreno. Yikes, Spain might be done out here. Yeah, Spain's forward line is horrible. I ain't even gonna lie.
You got the lineup. You got the lineup, the full lineup to give it to the people before we.
Let me pull up the full lineup.
That is mad.
Thiago should be in the midfield. Hopefully, who else? Would Laporte be starting?
Should be.
Yeah, he'll start.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Let me know the starting lineup, boys, when you get it, please.
John, you got it, or you want me to?
Yeah, if you got it, Jeff, just read it out.
While you lot are doing all of this, you lot see Yarmolenko's goal, yeah?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, banger still. Banger still. It's like he heard you put him in his draft, Rash, and said, "Nah, I got to do it for Rash."
All of a sudden, my team ain't looking so bad.
That goal, that was real Robin stuff.
Yeah.
Very Robin-esque.
Yeah.
Let
me go through this team. So Unai Simon starts in goal. No David De Gea. He's not even on the bench. Unai Simon. I think. Actually, I was gonna say he's either Brighton keeper, but I might be wrong.
Oh, is it the one that plays Portugal? No, who is it?
Wait, it's not. Boy, just keep it moving, boy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, forget it. Well, Jordi Alba skippers the team, left back. Marcus Llorente, right back. Pau Torres and Laporte, centre backs, probably is expected.
Okay, that's not bad.
Mr. Pedri starts.
Oh, okay. Pedri, yes, good.
Koke, Rodri, Alvaro Morata, Olmo, and Ferran Torres.
Thiago on the bench.
Thiago is on the bench. Wow. David De Gea is on the bench. Sorry, I didn't see his name there.
Crack.
All right. Yeah, this Spain team is a long way from 13 years ago. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is still. I can't lie. But who knows? But all I'm going to say is that Sweden have a guy. I don't know if he's playing up front. His name is Alexander Isak. He's
He's a truth.
Yeah, Sociedad done. He's cold. He is cold.
I see.
Yeah, he's cold, man. He's cold. But yeah, man, listen, before we wrap up, obviously there were a number of games over the weekend. Obviously, all these teams here won. Italy won convincingly. Netherlands won. It should have been convincingly, but they did get their victory in the end. Austria got a good win against North Macedonia. That wasn't actually a bad game as well. And Belgium beating Russia very easily, as we probably all expected them to. So I guess, Rash, coming to you, like, obviously people smash the likes, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Like, who coming out from this weekend, you say, okay, they did what I expect, and who do you say, like, oh, okay, they might be coming, and I didn't expect them to be a threat?
So the one who I thought was gonna shine in his game, and that was gonna be a big impact, was Lukaku. I just felt like he was gonna be too strong for the Russian defense, and he did prove that. He literally bullied them from what I saw in the game. Look, man, have to start putting a lot of respect on Lukaku's name, because one thing that he specializes is banging in goals, and he just continued that into this competition from his season. Do you know what I mean? Enough respect to Lukaku. Do you know what I mean, for what he contributed to that game. He was on his toes. His touch has been mended tremendously. You know. No, firstly, we used to say that he plays like he's wearing Timbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got the 40 belows on, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, his game has really improved, man, and he's showing that he's a very he's a pivotal player for the team, and he could be their most important player. I think even when we were talking in the group chats, we were saying, Lukaku is the number one player, and I think it was you, John, saying, they're doomed if Lukaku's their best player or something. Number one.
Yeah, player. I can't lie. Yeah, they kind of are, kind of.
But it shows. I mean, look, he performed. There was no Hazard in sight. You know what I'm trying to say? Except for Morgan, and it was his great ball that he played in as well. That caused a kerfuffle, which made Munier get his goal as well. Munier's ball onto Lukaku was amazing, bro. I thought that ball was tremendous in the second. But yeah, Lukaku's the one who I thought would shine in that game, and he did. Person who I thought was okay but did really well, more than what I expected, was Gini Wijnaldum. I think he played a really good game, man. Like,
bro, the Wijnaldum for Holland is a different Wijnaldum than Liverpool. It's like freedom.
Bro,
freedom is mad.
He's the way that he runs through the players, the balls he was putting in, the amount of times he worried the goalkeeper from his shots. Like, PSG have got a really good signing this year, bro.
Did you not see that pass? The pass, the outside of the foot pass.
Yes, bro. And and this is what I'm saying. Liverpool fans, near postman them and all that, you don't need to put some respect on Gini, bro, because you lot have missed something there, and it's a big loss, to be honest.
Yeah, no, well said. I thought he was big up Jalil. Obviously, you guys see with your draft picks, Yarmolenko did the business for Rash, and then obviously Jalil had Wijnaldum, and he absolutely balled out yesterday from minute 1 to 90. I thought first 45. I thought Memphis was tremendous first 45 as well. He balled out as well. I thought he was brilliant as well. I really liked how they played. You can see they're a bit shaky defensively, but I actually liked how they played yesterday. They could be an interesting little team to follow in this tournament. Before I come to you, Jalil and Jeff, Big Nippo saying Conte has elevated Lukaku. Did you see what he said about him? Ole had this guy on the right wing and the bench. Well, listen, Ole, that's Jalil's guy.
I like that.
KD's saying Hazard was out here playing FIFA Street during his cameo, just abusing body feints. To be fair, I didn't even see the match, so I don't know what Hazard did when he came on, but the game was already over, so that was pretty much irrelevant. Neopost saying Gini, Verratti midfield. Yeah, that's solid, man. That's a problem. Okay, they actually defended themselves, saying we've always said he's disrespected, which, to be fair, I think they did. Which they did, to be fair. But I think overall, Wijnaldum has definitely been disrespected, and people, just a bit like how Pogba is different for France than he is for United. Wijnaldum's kind of the same. He's not bad for Liverpool at all. He's very good for Liverpool, but for Holland, he looks like one of the best midfielders in the world.
He
I don't
plays
know
a
what happens
completely
to him.
different role. Like in
Yeah.
Liverpool, he knows his system, so he knows I'm not here to get on the ball and like really show my creativity. I'm here to be a utility man in a way in that midfield. He can play the base, he can play further up, he can play centre mid. He just does his job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and do you know what's crazy as well? The Dutch players actually play like Genie's the best midfielder in the world. When he picks up the ball,
Yes.
the positions that they make, the runs that they make, as soon as he touches the ball, it's like they know he's going to produce some sort of
They're
magic.
off.
They know something in that training camp. I'm telling you, they see some wonders, things that a lot of people have missed.
Dumfries
Yeah.
should have been the recipient of about 2 goals from
Oh,
Genie's madness.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dumfries was on. He played really, really well, but when it came to the finish, it's like, geez, I know you're a right back, but come on. That header was terrible, like really bad.
Oh man, that header was awful.
He got there in the end, though. He got there in the end.
Yeah,
he did score the winner.
Yeah. KD saying Genie's all right, but he ain't going to elevate PSG to a higher standard. He might not elevate them, but he'll make them better for sure. I think.
I was kind of disagree. I think he will elevate them because they're playing. Who do they play now? They play like Ander Herrera there, right?
Yeah, huge
Genie
upgrade.
is 2 or 3 times better than Ander Herrera. So if they can keep Verratti fit and they can find a good attacking mid, like someone who's not like a Draxler. Draxler's good, don't get me wrong, but someone who can ball a little bit more, then PSG could have a shout to get further along in Champions League and that.
He brings a bit of calmness as well in the midfield. He's an intelligent player. He's not a very off the cuff player like a lot of the PSG players. So I think he's a good signing for them this year.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think obviously just touching on Verratti there, Gillo, obviously Italy, a few people had Turkey as dark horses. I was mad disappointed in them. But I got to give Italy credit. At the same time, Italy did play very well. You can only beat what's in front of you, even though I think Turkey will do themselves more justice against Wales. But yeah, man, like obviously, according to our kind of tournament predictor, we had Italy, I think, playing against Belgium in one of the rounds, and we had Belgium going through. After what you saw, do you think Italy could actually maybe beat Belgium or go far in this tournament?
Very good question. So yeah, I was on the same boat as you when it came to Turkey again. I expected a lot from them. I didn't really know who their players were, but I did expect a bit from them. Get some feedback again, lads. I'm not sure, but not sure if you guys can hear it. But with Turkey, it was a bit of a mad one, if I'm honest. I thought they were going to do better, but I think if you see the way Italy set up. I know they've got new players coming in now, and it's kind of like a new era, they're saying, but I think they've still got like the same back two. And I think who is it? What's his name?
Bonucci.
Yeah. Let me not blow up his name as well. God knows what I would do to that, bro. It's a bit of a mad one. Like people were saying, oh, it's Italy. They're gonna get battered up, man. Look, they got old guys at the back. Yes, they've got experience at the back. With experience comes great talent. That's what I was trying to get at. You don't need speed or time. Your position is right. You're going to do the business, and that's what they've done. Kept a clean sheet, done the business, man. Played really well as well. And yeah, Verratti in the midfield, but yeah, you can tell why he's still at PSG. I know a lot of people don't rate PSG in the league they're in, but he's pivotal to the team. And obviously, what's the guy that plays on the left wing as well? The short fella. Exignia. See, I almost butchered his name and all. Flipping, you better stop me. You can tell he's a true leader. I know he's been playing for Italy for quite a long time, and Napoli as well. But you can tell he's a true leader and leading from the front as well. So all in all, question you asked me, can I see Italy beating Belgium? Yes, I can. Especially if KDB and Hazard don't come back to full fitness and start those kind of games, because that's when you need your best players. Then yes, I think they will get beaten. But if you haven't got someone like KDB creating and doing the business, going from box to box and doing what he needs to be done, then yeah, no. And I still think Hazard still got it. And I think if Hazard played, Hazard would have got a couple goals and all if he started. But he came on and started doing nonsense, started doing skills and stuff for no reason. I don't know why he did that. But yeah.
You know what I gotta say? Like obviously, I was joking around saying I thought Hazard could get player of the tournament. The fact for me he didn't start the first game in his house. Yeah, the fact he started on the bench and he's captain just tells me about where he must be at physically because he must not be there. So
Hold on a second.
I'm
Is
out on
this
Belgium.
a moment of clarity?
Yeah, I'm out on Belgium. They're done.
Well, hold on.
They're
You're out
done,
on Belgium or you out on Hazard, bro? Don't write off the
Nah,
whole.
I'm out on Belgium. I'm out on Belgium. I can't be out on Hazard, bro. Even if I wanted to, because obviously when you're family with someone, you just can't let it go. So yeah, man. I can't, but yeah, now Belgium are done out still. Belgium are done out. Even though big up Lukaku though. Big up Lukaku.
Yeah, in regards to this actual question that you actually posed, that
yeah.
That Italy played Turkey, and Turkey had a real tired game. They look exhausted when they was on the pitch.
Why?
I don't know why at all. I told you, man, they were smoking too much shisha in the hotel room, and they need to allow that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, but the real deal, them man looked like they had already finished running 10 laps on the track before they even came out on the pitch for one, and then they looked like they were just stuck for ideas. They didn't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? When they were losing the ball, there was a lot of running around and a lot of chasing. Italy tactically were brilliant because they just passed the ball around quickly, so quick that these guys were just running everywhere, exhausting themselves. Italy was finding them little pockets to play the balls in. The runs that they were making was amazing. However, if they were to come up against a Belgium side who's a bit more tactically sound and they know what they're doing and they're a lot stronger in their midfield and in their attack and even in their defense as well, I don't know if it'll be as easy as it was against Turkey for one, and two, with Lukaku being on the pitch after dominating the Italian league, he knows how to get past an Italian midfield and Italian defense as well. So I don't think it's a formality. I think it might be a thing where Italy might still put up a strong defense, but do they have it? Do they have the strength and the goal scoring position to go past a team like Belgium the way Belgium do against them? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no, well said. I think the Lukaku point actually is a great one. He's been tearing up Italian defenses, and that's where he would come up against. So yeah, but yeah, Jeff, man, just obviously last words from you. Like, what did you make? Like, any team that you were proper impressed with, or any team that you thought, raw? Actually, I thought they were better than this.
So I was impressed with Netherlands going forward. Forward, they were different. I didn't even know they were that good going forward. They were opening up. Ukraine. Yeah, they were opening up Ukraine. Literally, whenever they felt like it. But they are gonna struggle when they come against a better team because that defense is woeful, like really bad. The fact that Ukraine scored 2 goals so quickly shows everything we need to know about Netherlands. Literally Jekyll and Hyde in first and second half. Italy, I thought they played well, really well. But Jorginho, I think he's a very, very good player. Very good. When he has time. When they play against better opposition, there will be no time. And we've seen in the Premier League, when Jorginho plays, when he has time, he's one of the best players on the pitch. When he doesn't have time, he can look terrible. And I think if they play someone like Belgium, and KDB just returned to full training today, so he's nearing fitness. About the third game, I'm expecting him to be playing. That Belgian midfield are going to outrun that Italy midfield, I reckon. And as for Belgium, I agree with Rash on the Lukaku point. I think he's a slept-on striker. I've always liked Lukaku. Like, I'm a fan. I know he's not the most attractive to watch, but he knows where the net is, even if he does miss a lot of chances. But there's not many that don't anymore. So I think Belgium will do well in the tournament, but even without seeing them play, I still think France are going to win.
Yeah, and I can't lie, that's very well said. I can't wait to see France tomorrow against Germany. I think that's really a game where not only France can make a statement, just send out a quick message to everyone to say, hey, if you want to win, you're going to have to somehow beat us along the way. And even for Germany, it's a chance for them to say, hey, we're being slept on. So I think that's going to be a great game. And I think low-key, the team under the most pressure tomorrow is going to be Portugal because they've got Hungary first. And Portugal don't want to be messing around and not winning that game because if they don't win that game, then you know you got Germany and France next, and you are in trouble.
It's P
out.
Yes, P. You could be seeing the exit door. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that Portugal game. But yeah, to be honest, I think it's not been a bad start to Euro 2020. It's been decent, to be fair. Not every game is going to be great, but I think overall, good start. And yeah, obviously, like I said, so far we've all had some. Wait, Jeff, did any of your guys that you had in your Euro draft team bang over the weekend?
I had Immobile, but I dropped him, so no. I think Souček got an assist.
Did you drop him? I thought you had him.
Yeah, I took him out for Depay. I put Depay in.
Oh yeah.
Depay did all right. Depay did all right.
Did well. Souček did pretty well. Who else did I have? Kimmich, he hasn't played yet.
Didn't you have Alaba? You got an assist.
Alaba. I did have Alaba. Yeah, I did.
Alaba got a really good assist as well, man.
Foden was okay. Hopefully he plays next game and he can bring my team something.
Yeah, I can't lie. I don't think anyone. Well, in fact, my front three, two of them haven't even played. The left-hand side guy. Yeah, let's not get started on him. And then my midfield, who played Pogba. Pogba hasn't played yet. Yeah, so my team at the moment ain't even played. So hopefully they can turn up tomorrow. At the moment, Rash's and Jalil's are looking solid picks. Wijnaldum and Yarmolenko both bagging goals. And to be fair, Alaba got an assist as well. So everyone's dance. So yeah, you can dance. You can dance for now. Don't worry. I got CR7 tomorrow. He's going to do me proud still. Actually, wait, do I have CR7? No, I don't. Who the hell's my striker, fam?
Didn't Ed have CR7?
Yeah, he did. I had Lewandowski, man. Oh, no, my team's flopping, fam. Oh, my days. This is...
And Lewandowski had a tough game today. Even though... Gregory, I'm not gonna pronounce your second name. He messed up the whole game, but
with that red card.
Yeah.
Ed just reminding I had CR7.
You don't have to shout.
His love for Ronaldo is unmatched.
Unmatched. Not even me. I can't get close to it. So. Hey, but yeah, listen, people. We need to had to head off now, but it's been a good little show. Obviously, we're going to be back on Wednesday, so that should be good because by then France will have played Germany, Portugal will have played Hungary, so we'll have some good games to really chat about.
Games as well.
Exactly. The Spain won. That's the good thing. Scotland having a mayor against Czech Republic, all of that. Yeah, let's not bring up the keeper. But yeah, people. Smash the likes, as it says on here. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're pushing hard. You guys are helping us, but keep spreading the message. If you like our content, make sure to share it. Let your friends know who might like this type of content, and we just keep moving. As you know, appreciate Classroom as always. Much love. Go subscribe to the Near Post podcast, guys. They're almost on 400 subscribers. Go show them love. And Ed says, I'll be back Wednesday after Ronaldo's hat-trick. Hey, you know? Yeah, we might have to leave you on that note. But obviously, we always like to end with a little message from Rash. So Rash, take it away.
Look, we know what's been going on in Palestine. And we know there's been a ceasefire. Now, since the ceasefire, women have been killed, children have still been killed, men have been killed, houses have still been taken over, and people have still been kicked overrun and being treated like they are part of an apartheid system. It's for us not just to all of a sudden turn our heads in another direction because something like the Euros is here or because we've heard statements such as there's been a ceasefire. They're still using tear gases in the streets. They still are bombarding the mosques where the people are praying. We need to still put pressure on this government and every government around the world just by spreading awareness. Keep sharing it on your posts, on your stories, in your Instagrams, and the social media that you have. Spread the awareness because everything counts. Okay? Free Palestine.
Yeah, man. Beautifully said. And the message is consistent from all of us. Free Palestine. And yeah, people have a good Monday evening and stay blessed. Peace and love. See you Wednesday. Peace.
Salam.